Good evening, family. Show me your names on the screen, beautiful people. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I'm very happy to be here with you tonight. Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Hello, Carrie. Hello, April. A bit of the Hebrew man vibe. Dover Sano from Israel, Shana Tova. Katrina, Simone, happy birthday. Sarah, Steph, Deborah, El, Elizabeth, ya Habibti, Dawn, Ilana. Hello, hello, hello. Chris, hello, Barat. And Rukshika. Who else is with us? Yeah, I thought I'd bring us with a bit of the Hebrew man vibe. We're celebrating the Hebrew New Year's Eve. Shana Tova, we say, for a good, blessed, sweet year. Hello, Costa, beautiful brother. Hello, Maggie. I haven't heard from you for a while. It's good to feel you. Are you out of the Sydney quarantine? Hello, Christine. All right. Just cleanse the air a bit. So, here we are, hey? The weeks are passing so fast. The timeless time. Time of no time. It seems like the days are just liquid. Everything is just in metamorphoses, in the cocoon, in the liquid form, as we've said many times. And we can definitely see that. So, wow, so much is going on. Today is interesting. I kind of felt unready. Felt not ready for the live stream. I was like, I have no idea how today's gonna go, but we're gonna give it a try. I switched today the microphone to the other side. I said, we see how that goes, because last week I noticed that it covered my face as I was looking at the screen. So hopefully this time it will work better. Ay. Interesting weekend so far, huh? Interesting weekend. Just giving a couple more minutes for everyone to join us. Hello, Tiffany, Maggie. I'm out of quarantine. Next chapter started. Fantastic. That's great, Maggie. I'm very happy for you, beautiful. Alright. Crazy, hey? It's almost like I'm trying to find the words to start with. Where are we now? It's not an easy time. We knew it's not going to be an easy time. We expected it's not going to be an easy time. And It's just like now that we're getting into the really hard, juicy kind of part. Hello, beautiful Steve. It's kind of, let me stop the music. It's kind of taking me, I'm going traveling with the music and I'm like, I need to come here. So yeah, hello everyone, good afternoon. Another week has passed, and what happened in the week that has passed? We had a powerful, strong, weird new moon in Virgo that was on Thursday. And I'll show you why it was weird. I'll take you back there, and we'll go into Thursday. There you go. We'll move. Remember how many times we moved we moved the chart last week to get to the new moon? It's amazing. I thought it was nuts. So yeah, first of all, I'll tell you that, yesterday I saw this article, and this article on Zero Hedge, it was talking about the fact that, there's a new kind of regulations being passed in Australia about giving the authority, even more rights to arrest kind of people who are considered to be threats under the conspiracy theory concept, and kind of made me really sit and think like, far out, man. I need to, as much as I'm a toned voice of conscious awareness, of peace, of love, this kind of made me realize, it's like I need to lower the profile, if you know what I mean. I need to stay under the radar. So, if you find me, maybe that's why I kind of felt like maybe I'm not ready for today's live stream, because it kind of played with me. It was like, oh my God, I'm just a channel, I just speak, but now I have to put another filter on my channel just to make sure, that I can stay, in a good books, as we say. It's one thing when you talk to your beloved at home, but when you do a live stream online, it's a whole different story. And so I find that it's playing with me a bit, because, we need to understand we are entering a very, very, very shaky, delicate territory. And, at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that, we're cool. We're cool. We don't need no more troubles. And so the new moon chart is in front of your face. And what you can see is that over here where my mouse is, you've got it's like 4 o'clock. We had the sun and the moon on 25 degrees Virgo. That was on Thursday at 9 p.m. So really 48. 56, 60 hours ago, 2.5 days ago, we had a new moon, so we're just coming out of it now. Shalom Ima, Shana Tova. And so we're looking now and we're seeing what happened on this new moon. Remember, the new moon is kind of setting the tone for the month to come. The Tibetan bell is ringing, is being dinged, and then it rings through the month. And so when we look at the moment of the new moon, it can kind of give us the sense of what is this cycle is going to be about. And there was a lot in this new moon, because we had the new moon, the sun and the moon, 25th degrees Virgo. They were basically trining Saturn. So it's kind of like Virgo. Again, let's talk about Virgo. It's a detailed, blunt, facts. Let's make it clear. This is in, this is out, this is right, this is not right, this needs to be adjusted, this needs to be fixed, no, this is not good enough, this needs to be better. Virgo is around perfecting the plan. On the other aspect, Virgo is it's about detox and clearing and cleansing. So it's the time of the year where you might feel called to organically to do juice fasting or water fasting, or kind of any kind of detox kind of programs to clean your liver, lemon water in the morning. That's, if you don't know about it, then it's a very recommended thing to start your day with a warm water with a half a lemon or a lemon full squeezed in it. First intake in the morning, glass of lemon water. It's very good cleanser. Hello, hermano John. Oh my God, I missed you, brother. Good to feel your vibe. Good to know you're watching. And so Virgo, it's so the lemon water in the morning, cleanse your liver. Then comes the celery juice and just fix your guts. It's great for many different things. Recommending you all to look at the psychic medium. What's his name? The intuitive medium, medical intuitive medium. He's the one that channeled all this celery juice, and it's actually, I'm doing it for the last year, and it's great. You might find the need to clean your diet and to eat more healthy and to drink more water. You might find the urge to clean your house, to tidy up your house, your room, your office. The same kind of thing also for your work. Maybe you feel a bit messy, unorganized. Maybe you suddenly go into the details. Personally for me, I've been sitting, as I told you a few times in the past, we're working on the website, aiming to bring all the activity into one website instead of relying on all these third parties, YouTube and whatever, and everything that I've used. It's kind of like perfecting my plan, saying, okay, you know what, it's been working great, but I'm actually paying a lot of money in fees and there's, YouTube restrict me in what I can do and this restrict me in what I can do. So creating my own website, working on it, Julia is helping me, taking care of all the details in the background, what goes in, what not goes in, how it should look like. And so you might feel the urge to do the same, maybe to change your business, to make sure that your business is working better. So yeah, it's all about that kind of like tidy, nitty gritty, blunt in your face, let go, detox, clear, make your environment proper. And that's kind of the new moon in Virgo. And so the fact that it trined Saturn at 12 o'clock, that means it's like, yeah, it needs to be in harmony. Trine is harmonizing aspect. It's a good aspect. It says like, yeah, you should do this work right now. It's very important because what's coming ahead of us, the sun is going to move to Libra this week for the spring equinox. And it's not going to be the easiest journey for the sun in Libra because it's one of the weakest places on the zodiac for the sun, but it's going to be opposing Mars, and they're going to be like in that alignment to Saturn Pluto that's coming up in the next few weeks. And after that, the sun will go into Scorpio, and that's going to be the intense journey of the death and rebirth, the facing the deep fears, the transformation will take place in Scorpio. And so this is kind of like, check your plan, do you have everything intact? Did you organize your finance? Did you organize your business? What are you going to do with your business? Like, is it really you anymore? Is it really serving you? Do you really still want to do what you used to do? Yes, it used to be your identity and everything, but is it still? And there's a lot to do with that. I'll talk about it more. But yeah, that's the new moon. So it's trining Saturn. It kind of says like it has to be in harmony with your future, with the structure of your future, the karma of your future. This is the last new moon that will trine Saturn in his house. So, you can say like this is the last, intentions, kind of seeding of the intentions before Saturn is launched into a new 28 and a half years, 29 years around the sun. And so it's kind of like, it's important, it's very karmic, it needs to be in the right order, it needs to have the right structure, it needs to be for the long term, it needs to be with due diligence, with responsibility. This is Saturn. It's kind of like, take the time to perfect your plan, take the time to pay attention to the details. I'm not happy with the details of my microphone. Small adjustment. Remember, North Node in Gemini. It's all about small adjustment in the environment. It's nothing too big. It doesn't have to be intense. It's just like, and a bit of more angle in the microphone, and it's much better. Thank you very much. And yeah, you can see a slight small improvement, and things sounds better. So in general, remember that over the next, we've been now since May, it's been 4 months. We've got another 14 months. Another 14 months of the nodes in Gemini. So for the next 14 months, the general tone is constantly like the destiny is in Mercury, in Gemini. The destiny is in being curious, trying new things, thinking different things, changing our thoughts, changing our perception, focusing on local close environment, the bicycle, the legs that you walk with. You can't fly. You can't now drive to whoop whoop Australia, you're only stuck in Victoria. So it's like, don't worry about that. Just focus on the treasure you find in Victoria. Focus on the treasure you find within your 5Ks allowed distance to travel. Find the treasure in the local community, in your neighborhood, in the community you can connect online with. So we have created our community. We have our Patreon where I post. This is the spaceship, the mothership, where I post everything. Under the Patreon, we have the Telegram live chat rooms where we connect on different subjects, spiritual coaching and support, and we've got the crypto education and support, and we've got the market and support. And it's kind of like we have created ourselves the North Node in Gemini, this immediate kind of improvisation, online, internet, computer, to keep us in communication, to keep us connected, so we can focus on the life that we are creating, we can focus on the vibration that we want to be in, we can focus on communication of the subject that we are interested in, and that we are doing the North Node in Gemini. And that is what we all should do. But it's also about, like, we need to think in a new way. We need to experiment with the way we think. We need to experiment with the way we perceive things. We need to experiment with things. Try different things. Just keep on trying, keep on trying. You like it, you'll stay. You don't like it, let it drop away. But Gemini, just keep on being curious. So that's the general tone of the destiny calling of the next 14 months. The south node of the moon in Scorpio is about let go of old philosophy, let go of old values, let go of old beliefs. So for 10 years doing Healing the Light, the sound healing in the sacred space, my choice of action, I've been wearing white as my uniform since I was 21, since I was doing like entertainment with drum circles. It's been my uniform. But later on, wearing white became the trend because of many other things, because of Kundalini Yoga uniform, because of medicine, people who go to sit in medicine circle dress in white. So suddenly, like, the white that I was wearing all these years became something that people was like, oh, are you a Kundalini Yoga person? No, I've been wearing white for 20 years. But now, with the North Node of the Moon in Gemini, suddenly I moved home. I'm no longer in the sacred space. And I've been wearing white for so many years. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to start, trying different t-shirts now. That's what I feel like. So every week I will pick up a t-shirt that I feel like wearing for the live stream. Today is this gray t-shirt. It's not white, it's not black, it's the gray in between. And it has the mandala of the Buddhist, of the yogi in the center, meditating in this kind of mandala of like sacredness for direction, to harmonize everything. And I don't necessarily think to myself, why do I want to choose this shirt? I just follow what I feel and I wear it. And as I talk to you now, I understand a lot of things about it. Because we're in a lot of gray area. We don't know what's true and what's false, what's right and what's wrong, what is dark, what is light. It's all mishmash. What is Saturday and what is Wednesday, and what's the difference between them anyway if we are stuck in the house 22 hours a day? I don't know what about you, but this time factor is messing me up. I'm like, far out. This is like 7 weeks of like limbo, bubble of time just spinning like that. And it's like this, so we can do our best. We can create a structure for ourselves. We can say, okay, I do have a structure. I wake up, I have my celery juice, then I have my coffee because I love my coffee. And then, I sit, I scan the world, I see what's going on, I come up with the family on the chat room, I say hello, good morning, blessing for the day, and then I start walking, I do my assignment. Comes the evening time, I go with my son to the park, we go for an hour or two, we come back, then we have dinner, put my son, so there is a structure, but even this structure is already seem like it's rewind all the time. It's kind of like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So then you try to create different changes, small changes. So yesterday I was like, you know what, today I'm doing gardening. So I was all day in the garden, changed my structure. It was good. It kind of helped me. And so this is kind of the idea. We are in a weird zone. We are in a weird space. It's kind of very weird. And if we sit and kind of think about it, overthink about it, it's like it's not going to help us. It's only going to make us feel more depressed, more upset, more low vibration. more suppressed. It's kind of like, I don't have time for this. Instead of that, let me learn about Uniswap. Let me learn about Polkadot. Let me learn about how do you stake on the network. It's like, and I'm talking about blockchain subjects now, yeah? Because, this week, all of us, like most of us got like this reward. It was amazing, on the new moon. We woke up and what is Virgo? Virgo is the harvest. It's amazing, right? So whoever traded on Uniswap over the last few months, replacing Ethereum with some other tokens of DeFi, suddenly got rewarded 400 Uni, which is the coin of Uniswap. And this 400 Uniswap at the peak yesterday was worth $10. So that's like, what is it? It was like 4,000 US dollars gift. There you go. More than the government gave us. So the entire crypto community was like, woohoo, everyone's happy. Everyone got like a paycheck, a pay slip in the mail, and that was the harvest. So the way I saw it is like, if you dared to learn something new, like trading on Uniswap, and you kind of experimented it and you tried it, because even though I didn't know anything about it, I didn't know how to do it, I was a bit nervous about it, but I learned as I go, and voila, because I made the effort, because I learned something new, because I dared to experiment and to try, universe came to me and said, here's your harvest, son. Poof, a bit of a gift. I was like, thank you very much, woohoo! So this is kind of a bit of a title for this week energy as well, because it's kind of like, I'm gonna show you. It's kind of like, are you gonna try something new? Are you gonna dare and take the leap jump? And even though you feel like you don't have the power anymore, you don't have the courage, you don't have the strength, and I'm talking about Mars retrograde, and it's like you're restricted, you don't know, it's like all these regulations, all these things, and you don't know if you can do it. But it's like, are you gonna take that leap jump and do something and dare to chase the life you want to chase? Because if you will, blessings of that will come along the way. And so the new moon in Virgo on Thursday night was, hello Antoinette, beautiful girl. I hope your mom and your friend are much better today. So the sun and the moon, 25 Virgo, was trining Saturn, so it was karmic, it needs to support our future, long term, due diligence, responsibilities, the character. Who is the character that you are in the future? What is this character you want to be in the future? Because we are going through the death of the old character. We're going through the death of the old self. We can talk about the world as much as we want, but at the end of the day, the entire world around us is a reflection of our inner journey, inner process. And so we ourselves are going through the death of the old patriarchy in the way we lived on earth, in the way we function in this physical reality. And so, the idea is, let that past die. I'm just fixing the screen a bit. Let that past die. I don't know why it's playing with me like that, but whatever. Let the past die. Who you want. Give me a second. I'm trying to concentrate on this. There we go. Come on, walk with me, you nasty little bugger. There we go. So, it's kind of like, we all have been who we have been. And that's okay. But many things in who we have been were based upon our traumas, were based upon our fears, were based upon the pains of the past that happened to us and dented our personality. They kind of tainted our soul journey. They tainted who we really want. They tainted our destiny. They tainted everything. And we all found ourselves bashing against the wall of blockages, of fears, of traumas, manifesting them again and again and again in different shapes, different forms. And this massive time is coming to really flatten it out. It's like when you see construction sites, there's this big massive tractor, like a crane, and it has a big ball of metal. It's like the video clip of that woman, what's her name, I don't know, but the song was like, they're like a wrecking ball. You know that song? I don't sing like her, but it's like, wrecking ball. She's screaming there. It's like that ball smashing through the houses. It's a wrecking ball. This Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter in Capricorn is one big wrecking ball that hit us on the 12th of January. It hit us first time. And now it's retrograding backwards again, because now they're gonna all flip and move direct, and then again they're gonna all align. You know, it's kind of like whatever is still standing since January is now going to be dismantled for sure. If it's not in integrity, if it's not for your highest purpose, if it's not according to your true destiny of the future, say bye-bye. You say bye-bye in a nice way, it will be nice and easy. You say bye-bye in a hard way, it's going to be excruciating and very painful and very uncomfortable. So that's the idea. Hello, Angelique. And so, the new moon. On top of the fact that it aligned with Saturn, it also aligned with Mars. You see, it squares Mars here, to Mars 27. And Mars is still squaring Saturn. In fact, it's going to be squaring Saturn tighter and tighter, because Mars is now retrograding back. And when Mars will hit the 25th degree of Aries, is now on the 27th degree. When it's going to hit the 25th degree Aries, it's going to square Saturn again. And that will be very intense, right? So we are building up to that third quarter. So the fact that it was like Sun and Moon in Virgo, detox, clear, pay attention to the details, perfect your plane, who belongs, who don't belong, what doesn't belong, blunt in your face, facts, data, sorry, you're out, bah. That's Virgo. You ate too much because you were starving, you got stomach aches, the body goes like, sorry, I can't take it anymore. Blah. Even though you pay $200 for that expensive meal, the body couldn't take it, says, sorry, you were too greedy with your food, it's time to purge. Blah. All right? So, detox, perfection, let go, clear. It has to be according to your destiny, Saturn. It has to be according to the structure of the future for the long-term success, for the karma of the long future. And with Mars, squaring Mars, like, yeah, you need to take action. No more BS. You have to take action. Take action, take action. And Mars is kind of squaring Saturn. But I can't take action because of restrictions, because of the patriarchy. So we're all facing the abuse of the patriarchy in our own personal life that is disturbing us and injuring our ability to take action to manifest the life that we really want. Because of insecurities, because of fears, because of blockages, whatever it is, there is something that is corrupting the highest order within us, that is making us feel like we don't have the power, we don't have the courage, we don't have the strength, we don't have that energy, we're afraid, we're insecure, maybe we don't value ourselves anymore, maybe not anymore, but maybe we don't value ourselves as much as we should, maybe we don't believe in ourselves as much as we should, trust in ourselves as much as we should. And so the new moon in Virgo kind of is like, hey, check this out, man. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? If you are not happy, if you don't like it, why are you holding on? Why are you so afraid? Why are you so weak? You keep on learning and reading and listening about how powerful a spirit you are. You're learning about the law of attraction. You're learning about manifestation. You're getting it now that your intention manifests your reality. Your perception shapes your reality. So you're getting it, and you are still subjected to your old creepy crawlers that tells you blah, 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 blah. Enough. You have to let it go. You have to take action. But I don't know what I will be if I will let this personality go. Oh, I'm afraid of it. It's like, you have to take action. Saturn is the hard taskmaster. He's saying like, hey, mate, if you want to have this good future that you're dreaming of, if you want to have like a positive, good, karmic future, you have to take action. You have to find the courage. You have to find the strength. You have to find the willingness to let go of things in your life that do not serve you anymore, to let go of people in your life that do not serve you anymore, to let go of businesses that do not serve you anymore, to let go of jobs, to let go of titles, to let go of dollar, to let go of stock markets, to let go of real estate, to let go. if it doesn't serve you. But hey, if if that's what you choose and that's what stimulates you, enjoy. But don't come complaining, because you will. You will complain. You will complain a lot, because the life that you will live will not be your own. It will be the manifestation of the same wounded, traumatic, false self. And so, that's what we experience with Mars, that kind of Mars retrograde. It's like, where will I find the courage? Where will I find the strength? Where will I find that warrior, that power? It's like, why do I feel like that? It's like Mars retrograde, we are being asked to review, revisit, redefine, re-question the masculine archetype in our life. The masculine is our ego, it's our mind, it's our self, it's our solar plexus, it's who we are, it's our power to take action, to initiate. And so Mars retrograde is like, why? Have a look at that. Why do you feel disempowered? Why is this making you disempowered? Why is this making you insecure? Why is this making you feel weak and scared and afraid? Why? You need to know why. Because only when you will know why, you will then have the realization that will unfold in a drastic change. And it happens in this constant square to Sun. It's happening like for so long already, right? Since Mars kicked into the 27 degree, he aligned with Saturn, then Saturn retrograde, they still aligned, Saturn retrograded, Mars is now retrograding back to him. It's like it's a multi-week square. It's intense, it's full on, it's serious, it's karmic, it is a huge responsibility, it needs a lot of due diligence, it needs a lot of hard work, it needs a lot of patience, a lot of dedication, doing the learning properly, doing everything right, because if we will, the rewards will be long-term success, long-term good karma. Okay? And so, as much as we may be feeling by now like far out, in March I was cool, April alright, May, yeah, it's alright, but then June is like, now we're already in September, man, it's been like 6 months. Right? You get to that far out. Is this ever gonna be over? It's like, okay, I get it. The world has changed. Okay, I get it. Reality has changed. Okay, I get it. But is it ever gonna be over? So we can at least kind of like have a bit more breath, a bit more of movement, a bit more something. Is it ever gonna be over? So you might feel that very, very strong right now. That kind of like, I don't know if I have more strength. I don't know if I have more energy. I don't know if I have more courage to continue pursuing a better way, to continue pursuing, all the work. But that's the challenge, that you have to find it. You have to. That's why Saturn is squaring Mars. It's like it's your responsibility to find your inner warrior. It is your responsibility and duty to find your strength, to renew your courage. It is your responsibility and your duty to treat yourself right, to think of yourself in a good way, to believe in yourself, to trust in yourself, to value yourself. Saturn and Mars saying, reminding you, we spoke about the last time Saturn and Pluto met was 1982-83, and that was in Libra, right? Over here. And now that started a journey of relationships, of how to be in relationship structure, karma of relationships. That has ended on the 12th of January where they met, okay? And so this process is still going on, that the ending of that cycle still goes on. And so the fact that Saturn is now doing this kind of square to Mars, and it's trying the new moon in Virgo, where we are already in kind of a 2 months of intense, in-depth look into relationships, process of detox clearing, because this process is huge. It's huge. And it's kind of like, whatever relationship do not serve our highest good and our true destiny, North Node in Gemini, they are out. If you're in a relationship because of a South Node in Sagittarius, because of the old way of believing and philosophies, because you need to stay married, because if you're not married, it's like you give up, it's like you are this, It's like if you're in a relationship with your boyfriend, but you don't want to break up with him because you already broke up with 4 boyfriends, and you don't want to go through being single again because all your friends are already married and they're having kids, and you really want to have kids as well. So you just learn that you need to suck it up, and you need to stay with not the right partner, because relationship is about sacrificing your need. Relationship is about doing for the other. And it's like Saturn and Pluto can say, sorry mate, this is out. It used to be, it's no longer. I need a sip of water, give me a second. So now comes this Mars with Saturn, and it says, no more. Don't sacrifice yourself anymore. Don't sacrifice your desires. Don't sacrifice what you want. Don't sacrifice what you need. Don't sacrifice who you are. It is time for you to be who you are. And whoever doesn't like it, show them the door and give them your blessing as they go. But no more sacrifice. If you like something, and until now you were processing the fact that that something is not good because the other side tells you that it's not good, well, it's time to stand up and say, sorry, from now on, this is good. This is me. This is what I love. This is what I like. That's how I am. That's who I am. And that's it. And then the Virgo new moon cycle will show you who really there and who is not there. Who really loves you, who doesn't. Who is toxic, who is not toxic. Who is supportive, who is not supportive. But it's interesting because usually we will, in a spiritual context, we will usually say, just watch your ego, don't let your ego kind of rule you. Calm down your ego, think with your spirit, think with your heart. But this Mars retrograde is kind of coming with a different guidance. It's kind of saying, sorry, with all due respect, dear spirit, there is still a lower self vibration which I choose to unfold and manifest myself into. And all these years you have been telling me that in order for me to be spiritual, I have to change this and I have to change that and I have to do this and I have to do that. Well, you know what? I'm done with that. From now on, this is who I want to be. That's always who I wanted to be. You can say that maybe it's kind of like it's a glitch, but that's my glitch and I'm okay with it. That's kind of what this energy of Mars saying is like, enough. Enough of your judgment, enough of your criticism, enough of this, enough of that. This is who I want. And because that's the process that weakens us, we want to be loved by the others. So we will kind of, we will hide ourselves, or we will kind of minimize ourselves, or we will kind of like, we will keep our needs kind of back in the silence because we don't want to rock the boat, or we don't want to kind of, they love us, so it's okay. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect either. But yes, it's true to a certain degree. But if you're over-compromising who you really are, let's go to, because we're dealing with relationships and the most intimate relationships, let's talk about intimacy. Let's say you really love intimacy, but your partner is not capable of being intimate with you because of various reasons. Their past, their history, their trauma. Now, you've been kind of sacrificing it, because it's still kind of, the matter of the flesh, and, maybe it's here to teach you to kind of overcome your physical needs and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm talking about sexuality, for example, okay? But it's kind of like now it says, look, I've been working a lot on myself. I've been kind of suppressing my sexuality, toning my sexuality, just to suit, the relationship in order to have a harmonious relationship, because I thought all this time maybe I'm the problem. But, I keep on getting this judgment or this criticism. I'm not going to take it anymore. I am, if you are that side, yeah? So I am sexual. I like sex. This is what I like. I like to do this. I like to do that. I like to experience this. I like to experience that. I'm not going to suppress it anymore. Then the other side may come and say, well, I'm not much into sex, so, I can't fulfill that need of yours. Then, it's like, I can't tell you, I can give that to you. It's like, okay, thank you for letting me know, and see you later, bye. Because for let's say for 5 years, you try that relationship and you were not fulfilled sexually, but you were sacrificing it for the sake of the love, but you're seeing that there is not much change and not much difference, and you notice that you're being cooked and cooked and cooked with yourself because you are not fulfilled sexually. This time my case is like, you know what, because it's Mars. Mars is about desires. Mars wants desire, penetration, impact, action, energy. He wants that. And if Mars retrograde will not find it where he is, he's going to be forced to take action. And so it's a big, big process for relationships. So, yeah, it's very interesting times, okay? Reminding you that at the same time of the new moon, look, the couple of days before mainly, but still, Venus was squaring Uranus. So Venus is like the goddess of love, of affection, of sex, of pleasures, of relationships, of intimacy, of family, of love, of money and value. And she was squaring Uranus, which is in Taurus, where Venus is ruling Taurus. So Venus aligns with Uranus in the house of Venus. So this is kind of like, what is your kinky side? Out of the box, that kind of, quirky, kind of rebellion, maybe, I don't know, I don't want to go too much into the sex metaphors because we're going to find ourselves winding down the rabbit hole. But, let's say, okay, let's say you suddenly realize you like to do it outdoors. That's your thing. You like the thrill of doing it outdoors, and something about it, by being caught or being seen, that's what does it to you, that thrill, and that's what you want. But your partner is very conservative. It has to be in the bedroom, in the dark, nothing to be seen, and no sound, no nothing. You're working with it for 5 years, you're working with it, but it's like at the end you kind of go like, far out, but I have this thing that I know that I love. I did it with other partners, but suddenly I can't do that. It's like I'm feeling itchy, I'm feeling bored, I'm bored doing it in the dark all the time. You can't see anything. It's like, whatever. So kind of like, how can I bring quirkiness? Or maybe in a healthy relationship, in that situation, maybe you challenge your partner and say, you know what, tonight I want the light on. Oh, why? It's like, I just want the light on. It's what I love, You always love the lights off, but I always allow you to. Now I feel that I want the light on. Now that might be embraced and create like a new experience, a North Node in Gemini. Suddenly the couple that has been doing it in the dark for a few years, suddenly they do it in the light. And it brings a new kind of excitement to the bedroom, a new kind of quirkiness, a new kind of game, thrill, or it can be a damper of like, sorry, no, I'm out. And then you go, it's like, what am I doing with this? There's not even willingness to try something new. Is that stimulating me? No. Am I excited? No. What do I feel about it? Flat, bored, disempowered, dissatisfied, unhappy. So when I look into the future from that place, what do I see? Not too much fireworks, more like elevator music in a hotel from the 80s. So this time is going to go like through that process of like, wait a second, man. Where is the quirkiness? Where is the outside of the box? Where is trying something new? Where is about like, doing something different, a bit of eccentric, out of the box, right? So as I said at the beginning of the stream, for a lot of crypto people, suddenly everyone received like 400 unicorn. Wow, that's out of the box. That's radical. That's like futuristic. In finance, in economy, Venus, suddenly you got a new currency for free. Since when are you getting $4,000 for free? Never heard of in the old world, You go to crypto, it's like 1, 2, 3, done. Today I tried to get a payment through PayPal. After 10 years of having my PayPal account, suddenly they needed to verify my account in order to receive the payment. What verify my account? For 10 years I'm on your platform, you tell me I need to verify my account. I went like, oh my God. If I wouldn't have been in crypto, I would have been okay with it. But now that I'm in crypto, dealing with PayPal feels to me like the Stone Age. It's like, get a grip, people, like, get on top of it. What is all this bureaucracy, for God's sake? Though you like the elevator music. Awesome. Oh. You like also, huh? Yeah, I hope that none of us will experience a sexual, intimate, sacred connections that are elevator music from the 80s. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it, because that's not what we want. I don't know what about you, but I like things to be fun. I'm a Taurus. Things need to be sensual and pleasurable and fun and exciting and stimulating and quality, It's like, give me some, like, maybe, tonight we'll do it with that music and not that music. Maybe this, maybe that. But it's kind of like, bring some excitement. Give me some mojo. Give me some fun. Give me some pleasure. So that's what Uranus is doing in revolution in Taurus, And so this new moon, a lot with relationships. And it's about like, is this relationship allows me to think out of the box, to try different things, to kind of change, to be a bit quirky, to be a bit different? Is my difference being accepted, embraced, or is it not? Because my future is a whole new future now. I'm creating a new destiny. It's like what I've been until now is done. I'm now looking into the future and I'm allowing this one to go. And it's like, again, I'll use myself. Healing the light for 10 years has been sound healing every week until 2020. 2020 came and said, delete. The sacred space is delete, finished. So what do? The North Node in Gemini. Live stream, internet, online community, t-shirts, different colors, talking about astrology, talking about different things. I do it because it excites me. I like it. It's my passion. It's my creativity. It's what I like doing. I enjoy every moment doing this new thing, to the point that thinking about being all day long in the sacred space suddenly looks boring to me as referring to what I'm doing now. And so it's kind of like, who you were until the poo came in is done. What do you do with it from now on is up to you. It's are you going to say, okay, we're gonna go back to a certain life when this will be over. But do you really want to copy paste that which was before the poo to now, to what's coming? Or do you want to create a new? Because that's what this time is allowing us all to do. The old world, delete. The new world is becoming. Some people, they still investing their free time to read and learn about the stock market. Personally, I don't see any benefit in it. For me, any moment that is free, that I can invest in learning about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is a blessed moment, exciting moment, thrilling moment, empowering moment, educative moment. It's about the future. It's invigorating. It's exciting. I never read about the stock market even one article. But 3 years of downloading about crypto, and I'm fascinated. I was never fascinated about finance and economy until I learned about crypto and blockchain technology. So much is happening. So you see, it's about letting go of the old philosophy, South Node in Sagittarius, old philosophy, old values, old cultural, religious context of how to be and what not to be and how to believe and who to believe and them, believe them, no more believing in them, leave me alone, everyone. This one take a speech, that one make a speech. I don't care about any of you taking speeches. I just go on the internet, Mercury, Gemini, North Node. I go on the internet, I search my own news, I decide what I read, I decide what I don't read. I'm trying different things. I'm trying blockchain. First I adopted Bitcoin, then I adopted Ethereum, then I started to adopt DeFi. Now I'm learning how to stake. Now I'm starting to learn about all the farming, how to actually create interest out of my existing crypto. So it's like, you bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, great. Now, instead of just having them in your wallet, you can actually utilize them to generate more income. So there's so much things to learn, right? So there's so much to learn that I don't have time to learn about the old world. I'm just invigorated by the new world. But if you put crypto aside, this is also about, why should I listen to what the prime minister is saying and the premier is saying if I know that it's all bullshit, it's all crap? I need to be careful, Ami. Okay, it's inundated information. I already know what they're doing. I already know. I was like, before they say it, I already know what they're gonna say. I'm not surprised by anything that is happening. It's so predictable. It's boring how predictable it is, really. And so it's like, forget about that. When you get into blockchain, you realize that the philosophy behind it is around decentralization. It's a whole different philosophy. It's a whole different structure. Leave the money factor aside and look at what is the architecture of blockchain. No more central focal point of power. The power is being distributed into a network. There's so much that is fascinating in that once you start diving deeper. Relationships. There's more and more people who believe that monogamous relationship is a matter of the past. They're doing swinging, they're doing open relationships, they're doing this, they try and detach, they try no strings attached, they try and detach relationships, they trying this, they trying that. There's a whole experimentation of relationships and families and all that. Big time. It's just a big time. What else happened on the new moon is that Mercury was squaring Jupiter. So it's like Jupiter wants to have opportunities. He wants to have as many opportunities as possible to look into the open space of the future and to be hopeful and this and this and that. But in Capricorn, stationed indirect on one of the worst locations in the zodiac, 17 degrees Capricorn is the area that is the most terrible area for Jupiter, is aligning with Mercury in Libra. Mercury, the mind, the intellect, is trying to understand how to find balance in relationships, how to create balance, how to look at things in a way that will install more balance. And is trining Jupiter, and it's kind of like, there is not many opportunities. There is actually, very small, minute amount of opportunities, and there is not much evidence for it. So it's kind of like, you have to take the leap jump and to have the faith that what you've been guided or what you read and what you learn, you should go for it. So in our community, many people have joined kind of blockchain already, adopted Bitcoin, right? Hola, Hector. Many people adopted already Bitcoin and positioned themselves and stuff, but there will be some people watching this stream who still don't know if they're into it. They still don't understand it. They still don't, because of. There is a very small evidence in physical reality that will be the way to go. There is more support for the fact that it's not good, that it's this and that and that. There's not many evidence, but that's what also makes an investment the most potential opportunity when it's in the visionary stage, when it's the build-up stage, when it's not in the surface already, when it's not yet to be seen. This is where the potential is the most. And so, you can still keep on doubting and questioning Bitcoin if you really should get it, if you really should get into it, and, enjoy. Enjoy doubting it, enjoy questioning it, and it's okay. If that's what's right for you, it's okay for you to do that. But I'm just letting you know that I'm all in. And that's that Mercury Jupiter. I see that one opportunity, the entire old monetary system is collapsing down, it's crashing down, and it's only starting. The worst is yet to come. And there's only few single opportunities. You've got the old school way, which is the precious metals, and you've got the futuristic way, the North Node in Gemini, which is blockchain technology. And so for me, it's simple. Silver and Bitcoin. Those are the opportunities. Don't look further. Don't look into stock. Don't look into this. Don't look further. There's like these two narrow opportunities. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. And in Bitcoin, there's the others too, yeah? So you can say also, okay, you've got your Bitcoin, but there's also a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of this and a bit of that. But that's in general it. And there is not much evidence. But if you will take the courage, Mars retrograding, aligning with all this, you need to find the courage to take a leap of faith, to put your bets on something. if it's not that on that, but you have to take action, to take decisions, to do something. Because if you still gonna be like, no, I'm just gonna wait for more opportunities to come. I'm just gonna wait. This is a potential for this energy. I'm just gonna wait for more opportunities because I'm Mars retrograde. I'm still not sure. I don't know. I don't want to take the risk. I'm a bit afraid. I'm a bit this. Yeah, I'll wait for more opportunities. I'll wait for more. I'll wait for more. Good luck. Good luck. Because once we take off, and we are very close to it. The general tone in the blockchain, the crypto, and the Bitcoin, it's like I can feel it. There is this, the rocket ship petrol engine has already ignited, and it's building up the momentum, and I can feel it. Things are about to fly. Things are about to fly hard. Yeah, we've got the American elections coming up in 14th of November. That's like less than 2 months from now. There's going to be a lot of action in the financial world. It's going to be a lot of things. And it's like if you're in the right place, you're going to be launched into a whole new future. And so this is the tone of the new moon, and this is what I'm talking about. The reason why I'm talking about it, even though it was on Thursday, is to remind us that this is the tone for the month. Okay? The other thing, if you see, there's this big red square all around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? What do you've got here? The moon and the sun, they also squared the moon nodes. Okay? So all the things I spoke about until now, it's like, it's a very karmic destiny calling. Destiny is knocking on your door. Are you opening the door to the future? Or are you afraid of the future, keeping that door shut? Because it's like, think about it like that. You have your house, your old furniture, the old set of TV, not even LED, it's the old box TV, everything's all the video cassette, kind of the Patephone record. You've got the sofas from the 70s, the tiles in your bathroom are from the 60s, and you're kind of holding it on, and there's like, forget about smart TV, LED TV, computer. No, you're like an old school. And you've got, it's like, the future is knocking on your door, and you go like, yes, who is it? Oh, it's your future destiny. How do you do? It's like, yeah, good. How can I help you? Oh, I wanted to come and present to you an opportunity for a new future. Would you like to hear more about it? It's like, no, thanks. I'm not into salesperson knocking on my door, so can you please go away? It's like, but this is very important. I've been sent here by the highest court to let you know that the future needs your decision. And it's a very important decision. I really want to present to you the options of the future. Can you please open the door for me, please? No, I'm sorry. I like things as they are. Okay. I'll see you in 30-something years. Then you sit in your living room, on your sofa from the 70s, and you're watching on your old set of TV how the entire world has shifted to digital currency, and people doing it through computers, and people earning money, passive income, generating interest through cryptocurrency, and suddenly you go and then you log into your bank account, and it says, sorry, we are not able to provide service at the moment. Please contact us in a week from now. Blah 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 blah. And you go like, what? And then you see on the news, positive news of people celebrating the prophets, and people saying it's amazing. All I need to do is press a button on my phone, and I'm paying my mom overseas in a matter of a minute. You go like, oh my God, I missed the boat. What do I do now? What do I do now? It's like you open the door. It's like future destiny. He's gone. Don't let that be you, huh? Don't let that be you. And again, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my opinions. This is my guidance based on spirit, based on the stars, based on my intuition. It is a service that comes from love. If you decide to get into Bitcoin or crypto, at the end of the day, it is your decision. It is your call to action. I'm just sharing with you what I know. If you do need to know more, if you need someone to guide you and to educate you, this is part of what I'm doing now. You see, this is my new thing, North Node in Gemini. On top of being a healer and a spiritual guide, I now also help people and train people how to get into crypto and how to learn and how to do it properly. And so if you're interested, this is part of the services I provide through the Patreon. And the address of the Patreon is right underneath me, right there. Whoop. There. You see this? Where? Here. Here. That's the Patreon address. There's also a link under the window. Do me all a favor, a moment of service. The best service you can do for me to support me is to press the like button underneath this movie. The more likes we get, the more we spread around. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. That helps us a lot too. And click the bell icon on the right side so you'll be notified when we're doing streams and movies. That's on the YouTube support side of things. In the blurb, you will find a link to Patreon where you can use it, where you can join us. And this is where we have an awesome community. We just posted a new moon sound healing meditation on Thursday. Every month, recording a new moon and a full moon sound healing meditation, releasing it to the community on top of weekly and almost daily astrological updates. And we have the chat rooms. We have a great community. And it's just the beginning. There's a lot of more plans in the pipeline. For our community, we have passed this week the 222 people mark. Woohoo! That's exciting. We are now 227 members in our community. And so we are going to do a mini party on the spring equinox, which is on the 23rd. I'm going to show it to you on the chart. 3 days from now. We're going to do a nice short kind of live stream, a bit of music, a bit of ruffle. We're going to give some prizes. We're going to have some fun. And Bob Marley is your uncle, as we say. Now, the other way to support is that there is also affiliate links and donation link in what's going on here in the blurb, please. I told you I wasn't ready for the day live stream. I don't know. The energy is a bit funny today. I'm not a big fan. But yeah. Okay, back to the chart. So this was the new moon. Now let's move. I want to show you Friday night. As the moon traveled, the moon. Oh, I need to move into the days. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. So the moon moved into Libra on Friday. As she moved through Libra, she traveled on top of Mercury. That was on Saturday, 11 a.m. So yesterday in the afternoon, the moon was together with Mercury here, 11 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock. And as they were together in Libra, the moon, the feelings, the goddess connected with the mind, the intellect, the communication. It's about how to find the balance, how to find the harmony in relationships. And they were aligning with Neptune on the 90 degrees of Pisces. It's kind of like, what is my dream? What is my illusions? Like, where am I deceiving myself in these relationships? Where am I? What is my kind of false perception? What is these lies that I keep telling myself? Kind of like processing maybe how you're manifesting different things in your relationship. Maybe you were processing kind of feelings and thoughts that are kind of disturbing your balance and harmony in order to understand them, in order to get an insight into them. They were also aligning with all the party here, reminding you there's the ongoing party of Lilith, Earth, and Mars here. And they're also aligned with Jupiter. So Jupiter is kind of like playing a big role in all the last few days. Then we move forward and the moon has come on top of Juno today at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. this morning. The moon was on top of Juno right here. And Juno is the goddess of all goddesses. Juno is the mother of the goddesses, the master fairy. Juno is the goddess that is in charge of sacred union and the marriage. She's in charge of that kind of like the highest order of kind of marriage and unions and all these things. She is the wife of Jupiter. So Jupiter is kind of, as I said many times, is kind of go lucky, Santa Claus, rewarding us, giving us the gifts, giving us the hopes, the kind of like imagination out there, kind of being hopeful and winning the lottery, or suddenly winning unicorns on this. This is what Jupiter is, okay? And she's his wife. She's kind of like, so both of them are like the, you know, the good wizard, the white wizard, and his wife, the you know, the witch of love, the witch of kind of sacredness. And both of them kind of squaring each other. She's at the end of Libra, so 29th degree of Libra. She is now in finalization. 29th degree is the critical end degree. So she is now finalizing of this, like, okay, what has been disturbing the balance and the harmony in our relationship with our partners, with our families, with our business, with our external world, but also relationship between our mind and our heart, our spirit and our ego. What is disturbing the balance? What is disturbing relationships? So earlier this morning, you know, the moon, as we were in sleep time, in dream time, the moon came on top of it. And it's like, you know, to feel it, to kind of tune into the emotion of it. As this was happening, they were also in opposition to Mars. So it's kind of like the masculine. There's a big emphasis on the masculine archetype in all of us, in this dynamic, within relationship, within everything. How did we get wounded by the patriarchy? How did we get abused by the patriarchy? How did we get traumatized by the patriarchy? Patriarchy can be your father, it can be your grandfather, it can be your teacher, it can be your kindergarten teacher, it could be your the police officer, it could be the court of law, it could be you know, any character of authority that is kind of more masculine, patriarchy. That's that. And also within you, your mind, ego. How does your mind and ego disturb the balance and harmony in your relationships of being you? You know, again, let's go to that quirkiness. If you get thrilled by making love outdoors, and that's your kinkiness, but every time, you know, you were judged by a partner or by a mother or by a father or by a mother or by a police officer that one time caught you making love on the beach, that might have, you know, made you feel guilty or ashamed. You know, it's like, you know, and then suddenly you start thinking, something is not right with me. Why do I have to make love outdoors? It's like, it's very weird. Everyone judging me, everyone telling me this. I need to be ashamed of myself. But come this time, it's like, no, there is nothing wrong in you liking or loving, having intimacy or having sex outdoors. It's cool. You actually got it wrong. There is nothing wrong in you about that. Of course, it can give us an insight about why and but in the bottom line, the fact that you like to have sex outdoors doesn't mean that you should be ashamed of yourself or you should feel guilty and you're not right and you're not this. No, that's you. Own it, baby. Own it, so we can have a bit more balance, so we can have a bit more harmony. Because if your partner is coming from a very religious Catholic or whatever background that is condemning it and saying it's a sin or it's evil or it's shame on yourself, shame on you, you should be then the stronger you will hold in that truth of I like to have sex outdoors and that's who I am, the more it will clear the Virgo. It will detox and clear your life from partners or friends who judge you for it or condemn you for it, because they will say to themselves, I don't resonate with him anymore because he likes to have sex outdoors. It's not really my thing. I don't know. It's like, maybe some people are even triggered just by me talking about it in this talk, right? Because there's this concept that whenever we talk about sex, it's kind of like, oh, why are we talking about sex? It's like, what's the difference between sex and eating food and doing diet or doing yoga? It's an activity that we take in the physical world. You know, it's like sometimes when I use metaphors of toilet, like poo or anus, people go like, oh my God, you say anus. It's like, well, anus or hand or arm or a head, it's an organ of the body. It's the sense of judgment that each of us place on it that condemn it or approve of it. And so what I'm trying to say is like, the more you'll be you, and wear that fact that you like to have sex outdoors on your sleeve, then the partner that will not be able to live in peace and harmony and balance with it in a relationship with you will drop away, it will be cleared, it will be detoxed, and then you will start manifesting friends and partners which actually like to have sex outdoors with you. And they don't condemn it. They actually approve of it. Of course, within boundaries, of course, in the right code of conduct, but you won't have to face the same ongoing shame and guilt and judgment and this by the patriarchy side of your life. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. And so, Juno, at 6 o'clock, yeah, she is now getting to the juicy bits of end of it. It's like, no, okay, listen. She's been in Libra for a long time. Let me show you how long. Let's go to months. Yeah? Months. There we go. Look how long. I'm going months back. There you go. Now I'm going to move weeks. Days. There you go. Juno entered Libra on the 4th of November of 2019. Okay? Almost a year ago. So Juno has been in Libra since the 4th of November 2019. And she entered Libra, if she entered Libra on the 4th of November, okay, this is exactly the time. 4th of November, 2 p.m., okay? This is 2 months before the big bam in Capricorn, okay? So Juno kicks into Libra, starting the journey of installing the highest order of balance and harmony in relationships. And let's go into this January, because I keep on telling you about it. Let me show you again how powerful that was, okay? Now we're going to go into January. Here's the 4th of January. We're going to move a few days to the 12th. And (1957, 1953, 1959, 20). There we go. Look at that. This was the beginning, okay? 11th of January, 111. 111 on the year of 2020. So there's 111, 2020. The beginning of a new year, the beginning of a new decade, okay? We had a full moon eclipse. The moon was in 20 Cancer, the sun was in 20 Capricorn. Look at this party. Sun, 20. Mercury together with the sun on the full moon eclipse, 20. And so it gave us the insight that the eclipse cycle that began back then was a lot to do with the soul, with the self, and with the Mercury, with the mind, with the perception, with the way we think, the way we perceive, the way we process. Mentally, remember, in the mental is where our subconscious wounding is, unconscious, all the trauma, fire, the network, oh, my words are blurry today, all the neuronic pathways, all the dormant memories of pain, of suffering, of trauma, of fears, the unconscious process, the subconscious process, and the conscious. This has started, January started with this big bang of full moon eclipse when the moon is in Cancer and the sun is in Capricorn. So it's kind of like, what is all this crap that disturbs us, all this kind of authority, structure of our mind, the structure of our perception, the responsibilities we took on ourselves, the duties we took on ourselves, who we are in this world, what is the character that we own. Capricorn, Saturn is the character. It's that kind of persona. It's like all these things that we have made out of ourselves. It doesn't allow us to have the moon in Cancer, the emotional security. Back then, the North Node was in Cancer. It was like really highly destiny calling for the future. It's like we need to be more emotional secure within ourselves. We need to find the true nurturing place within ourselves. Or we need to have the relationship that are really nurturing, really kind of supporting us, really helping us and the past has to go. So this happened on the 11th. Saturn and Pluto here, the red and the green, already on the 22 degrees, but Saturn needs to move into the 46 minutes, both of them. So then we're going to move a day forward. A day after the full moon eclipse comes this. There you go. That was the big gong. Okay? That's the gong that started the year. The 12th of January, a day after the full moon eclipse, Saturn and Pluto met for the first time since 1983. Last time they met in Libra. Okay? And Juno is in Libra at that time. And Juno is in 19 degrees. We started all this time travel through Libra to show you that right now Juno is on the 29th degree of Libra, finishing the process she started on the 4th of November 2019. That's how I started this journey now. Through that, we moved into January to show you how we had the whole gong happening. Pay attention to Mercury, okay? At the same time, Jupiter and Saturn are meeting. Mercury is there with them, okay? Now, Mercury is the satellite. Mercury moves 88 days around the sun. Mercury, that's why he's the communicator. He's going like, hey Mars, hey Venus, hey Pluto, hey Saturn, hey Jupiter, hey Neptune, and he's just like constantly delivering the communication. He's like, oh, hey Venus, Mars told me to tell you this. Hey Jupiter, Pluto told me to tell you this. Hey Sun, the moon said to say that. Mercury is keep on communicating everything. Mercury is ruling astrology. That's why the north node of the moon is in Gemini. It's kind of, this is a great time for astrology, where astrology is going to be more adopted and more understood by people. And so the fact that on the 12th of January, Mercury was there with Pluto and Saturn when they gonged, meaning it's a death of the old patriarchy, it's the end of the old world as we know it, which is directly linked to our Mercury. Our mind, our intellect, our perception, the way we communicate, the way we express, the way we think, our unconscious, subconscious, conscious, everything is coming into death and rebirth, great evolution, massive. The structure of our perception has to be dismantled to the ground, shattered to the ground. The ego has to be shattered, has to be stripped naked. This is how the year started. At that time, I was posting to people to get face masks because everyone was still whoopee. It was the beginning of the year, people were still euphoric. But I was saying to people, it's coming, get ready, okay? 2 months later, March, came the lockdown, okay? Now, there's a lot of cycles that are closing this week. Not closing, but clicking. So I wanted to bring this moment to show you, Juno back then was squaring that, okay? So Juno entered the 4th of November, she entered Libra, she traveled forward, and then in the January B conjunction, she was squaring it. So it's also directly linked to relationship, to marriage, to sacred unions of all kind. You have a sacred union with your faith, with your spirituality, with your yoga, with your diet, with your friends, with your job, with your persona, with everything that you are. Whatever is not sacred has to go. Has to go. Okay? And she was also in opposition to Eris, the goddess of discord. So it's kind of like, and Eris was also squaring that. Like, Eris 23, she's still there in that area all this year. Okay? So it's kind of like, Eris is kind of just like, more fire, more blood, more. Now, by the way, later on, when Jupiter crossed Pluto, that's Jupiter-Pluto is pandemic, okay? So then, let's move from there, and I want you to watch Mercury. Mercury is this yellow, okay? So then, I'm going to take you months. Let's move. Here we go to March. Here is March. This is the new astrological year. I'll move it this. Here goes the autumn equinox. Okay, here's the equinox. The sun entered Aries, and Mercury now is traveling. And this is where the lockdown happened. Lockdown wave number 1 happened here. Okay, Now, why am I bringing this now? Because what is in opposition to 0 degrees Aries is 0 degrees Libra. This week we have spring equinox. 3 days from today, spring equinox is the day when the sun moves into Libra. So in Aries, it's autumn equinox. In Libra is spring equinox. And so this week, we are in exact opposition to the beginning of the cycle. Okay, so we are half cycled through around the sun, around the zodiac. Okay, and so the process which started in March is coming this week into a checkpoint. Hey, we're halfway through. So, what did you go through so far? What did you process? What did you realize? What have you changed? Okay, because now we're going to finish the job. Okay, now we're going to the second half of the cycle. We're going to finish the job, and it's going to be a big second cycle. By next year March, we're already going to have Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. Yeah, there's going to be big changes. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of things changing. So then I'm going to take you months. Look at Mercury. The yellow is now like here, right? So let's go through the months, let's go through the weeks. Mercury is traveling along, and then he's coming to the opposition that was in Cancer, and not long time ago. Remember, that was the time where Venus was kind of retrograding in Gemini, and Mercury was retrograding in Cancer. Oh, I've missed it. Let's go back. There we go. Then we had the opposition. Now the opposition is kind of there you go. So they are still here. Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter. Mercury was with them here, remember, in January. Is now in opposition. That was in August. That was the August kind of intensity. When Mercury came to opposition and said, yeah, so, you remember, guys, I was with you? And you told me that, we need to kill the old unconscious process, the old traumas, the old fears, the old perception of the world and reality. You remember you told me that? Well, guys, guess what? Ever since we've met, there's been a lot to process. I mean, we had the poo, we had the lockdown, we had like wave 1, we had wave 2, there's been the pandemic, there's been all the conspiracy theories, there's been lies, there's been truth, there's been this, there's been that. Wow, it's been a lot to take in. At the moment, I don't know what to make of it all. All I know is that nothing is true, and I don't believe anything at the moment. I don't believe anything. I don't know what to believe anymore because the old way of believing is now gone. The old way of people looking into leadership is dismantled, is kind of disturbed. It's not dismantled yet. Okay, that's coming. But it's kind of the old ways people used to look at organizations or leaders or politicians or the banks or the advisors. This is being kind of really challenged. Okay, it's been, let's say that the last 6 months have made a lot of things being questioned. Okay? Now, because they've been questioned, now they're going to be disqualified. So this was the opposition that was in August. At the same time, when Mercury was in the opposition to January point, Mars squared them. Okay? So Jupiter did half a circle, and Mars squared Mercury, and Mars squared this. So it's like it's now, until now we've been processing something or trying to process. Now it's time to start taking action. It's action time, baby. Okay? And now I'm going to keep on moving you forward. Mercury is going, and why am I talking about it? Because... No, that's too much. Let's go a few days back. Let's go to now. I'll show you now. This is now. Okay? What is happening now? Mercury 21 degrees of Libra. He's heading towards Juno on the 29th, but Juno is about to move very soon. Juno is moving in, let me show you, Juno, there you go, let's go a few hours. Juno is moving tonight, in a few hours from now. Exact time will be There you go. Exact time will be 9 p.m. and 19 minutes. 9 p.m. 20 minutes. 20 minutes past 9 tonight. Juno, the goddess of sacred union, sacred marriage, is going into Scorpio. Scorpio season is coming soon. A few more details fixing. I need some more water. So now, the Juno kicks into Scorpio. She's coming after almost, that will be 10 months. 10 months in Libra. Juno, the goddess of sacred marriage, sacred union, she's coming now into Scorpio and saying, okay, I've been 10 months in Libra. I've been negotiating, I've been reflecting, I've been thinking, and I've come to realize that, this need to die. This need to be rebirthed. This need to be transformed. These secrets need to be revealed. Secrets about abuse of power, abuse of money, corruption that disturbed the integrity, that disturbed the true sense of empowerment within relationship. Over the last 10 months, we've been realizing a lot about relationships, what have been empowering us, disempowering us, and now Juno is moving to a process of it's time to kind of decide what is sacred and what is no longer sacred. It's time for action. While this is happening, Mercury is tonight on the 21st degree. I'm going to move him a few hours forward. Mercury 22 and 31 minutes. Where is it? Mercury 22, 31. Tomorrow at 3:20 p.m. Mercury is gonna be squaring Pluto. So this is why I showed you all that cycle, right? Mercury was together with Pluto and Saturn on the big conjunction gong on the 12th of January. In August, Mercury was in opposition. Okay? Mercury was in Cancer, in opposition to that initiation of that process, squaring Mars, which is it's time to take action. Then Mercury traveled, and now he's doing the final third quarter square. Okay? So, initiation. Then there was first quarter square here. Then there was opposition here. And now it's the third quarter square, which means that from now into a couple of months from now, it's kind of it's finalizing the process which started in January. It's all going to come into clicks and realizations and finalizations, and it's kind of the death of the old perception, the death of the old way of thinking, and the embrace of the new, the creation of the new. But the fact that Mercury aligns with Pluto, squaring Pluto, this means that it's not going to be comfortable week, people. That's why I've been talking about all this now, to bring you in this moment. Because this week, I still haven't gone through the sun, but I'm just with Mercury right now. And this week we're going to have Mercury squaring Pluto on Monday afternoon. And then a few days later, boom, 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 here, on Wednesday, Mercury is going to square Saturn. Okay? So it's communication, perception, thought, the mental process. It's going to be facing the Pluto and the Saturn. Okay? In the Capricorn. The Capricorn, the structure, the responsibility, the duties, the karma. But with Pluto, it's kind of the fears and the traumas and all kind of things. So it can make us go into deep thinking, into intensity in interactions. You need to be careful not to take something too seriously, extreme, or in conspiracy theories especially, because Pluto is kind of the secrets, the hidden, so you might find attracted to conspiracy theories, and you might go very intense into them, and you might, because you went intensely into them, and because you suddenly become very strongly connected to it, you might start talking about it intensely, and then you might create like a process of power struggles, power dynamic, abuse of power. And that's what I'm saying, you need to be careful, because the fact that this article said that the government is working on new rules, that on top of the fact that if you don't wear a mask, and if you kind of do this and that, you can get arrested or fined. Now, it's if you are going to express yourself too harshly in the conspiracy theories category that is comfortable for them to define you by. So please do yourself a favor. Avoid by all cost communication and expression of your personal opinions on social media, especially Facebook. Be careful of Facebook. Stay away from Facebook. Stay away, okay? You need to be careful. This is no joke now. We're living in a very weird time. The authority is moving to an extreme levels of restriction and abuse of power. The sense of empowerment, like we know, absolute power corrupts absolutely. The fact that the authority have so much power right now, it corrupts them. It corrupts the sense of judgment. We're talking about a good person who is a police officer, because of the current situation, the current instructions from his commander, might be bashing a citizen because of something, and then later on that policeman will wake up to realize of how wrong he did. And so I'm just saying, like, really, really, this week with communication, you have to be very, very careful. There's just a risk that you might use an extreme method to express your thoughts because of this influence of Pluto. So this is mainly tomorrow, it's like, also because it's Pluto and it's the secrets and it's the hidden, you might find very attracted to this kind of the darks, the secrets, the conspiracy, and I said it in a few live streams before. You need to understand that the darkness itself uses conspiracy theories in order to divert you from the truth. Okay, so even conspiracy theories are planted by dark forces in order to distract you by convincing you that you found the truth because it's different than the truth and it's conspiracy vibes. So you kind of saying to yourself, yeah, wow, I found the truth. And then you go online and say, hey, everyone, listen up. I just found something you must know about. It appears to be that, Donald Trump pool color is purple. Come on, man. Another conspiracy. No, I'm telling you, it's purple. I've seen pictures. It wasn't Photoshop. I've seen pictures in a legit website on the dark. It's like, so yeah, just there will be an urge to dig deeper and to investigate the truth. And this also means on the other side, with Mercury and Pluto, that we might have some massive closures, disclosures, revelations, secrets revealed. Reminding you, we're approaching American election. This means that like the dirty laundry is on. That means that people are going to start bringing out a lot of stuff. A lot of things are going to come out. So yeah, be careful with this kind of Pluto, Mercury. Be mindful of your mind. But on the other hand, as for you personally, you might find yourself processing, reflecting deeply about, kind of hidden, you might kind of do like a bit of a psychic surgery to yourself, of deep reflection of why you have this fear, or how did that trauma affected you. You might have like clicks on of, how is your trauma in childhood affected your sexuality, or how your trauma in childhood affected your behavior and the way you treat people, the way you look at people, the way you think about people. It might kind of, take you into a deep process of shadow walk, kind of shamanic journey. The fact that we started the cycle in Virgo, it's the healing axis. Virgo Pisces healing. It's kind of like shamanic healing of like purging the old fears and the toxins. And then, on Wednesday, we will have the Saturn, which is on the chart in front of you, right? So Mercury is going to square the Saturn. So this is kind of big challenges to overcome. And it's kind of like the challenge will be with the mind and communication. And it's around like our restriction and what inhibits us. And it's kind of like it will kind of test us how to perfect the things we are deficient with when we came into this world, like the things that we were karmically born with or grew up to. How can we perfect that, right? How can we change that? So it's about mastering that kind of mastering yourself, and it's kind of, it will be better to practice as the larger view. You don't want to get too much fixated to anal details because it might kind of move you from it. But it could also kind of lead to kind of judgment of others, of yourself. It's got to do with responsibilities you have. You might be kind of like, separation, things like that. It's kind of mental week. This is a mental health week, okay? This is now red flags, everyone. If you have a member in your family or a friend who is suffering from mental issues or mental situations, this could be kind of a bit of a mental week, which will make people who are not balancing their mental plane to go a bit kind of like freaky out. So this is definitely the week to touch base with your beloveds, to give a call to a friend who might be struggling. This is a week to reach out, to talk about it, to get your healing session, to get your counseling session. Don't cook with it. Allow someone else to help you. This is about Pluto and Saturn, give someone else who is in authority position to be an agent for you that could help you while allowing you to talk about it without judgment, without shame, but the option of talking lovingly and like talking in a safe, loving space about your fears, about your traumas, because if you're going to be cooking with it in your mental, it's going to drive you crazy. And if you don't feel the need to talk about it, at least express it, journal, do a lot of journaling this week. This is a psychic operation week. This is a mentally psychic operation week, okay? Remember that this week, like, we just started a cycle of a new moon in Virgo. So the Virgo is the shamanic healing, the shamanic detox, the drink the medicine and purge. So here comes this week following the new moon, and we are having this Mercury, Pluto, and Mercury, Saturn. Yeah? Mercury, Saturn, Mercury, Pluto. This is kind of like, look into your fears, look into your traumas, look into your abuse, look into it, because in January we started a journey of the end of the old patriarchy, the death of the old abuse, the death of the old persona, the death of the old world. Now, this is the third quarter, and in 2 months from now, by the way, what's following this Mercury in Libra is Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Ay, ay, ay. So this is serious process now, going into a very deep place of a psychic surgery, of look into your psychic, look at where you inhibit yourself, look at the structure of your perception, Saturn. Look at these responsibilities that you have since you were a child, because that's what you came with, and the judgment that came with it. Look at all that abused you. You abused your power, abused your sex, abused your this, abused your that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Juno is in Scorpio, initiating the process of death and rebirth, deep transformation in intimate relationships after 10 months in Libra, negotiating the balance and harmony, realizing what disturbs it. Okay? And here comes Mercury, third quarter, final checkup point before another meetup. So like in 2 months from now, they will meet and say, okay, this is what I've realized. This is the end of that. This is the beginning of the new. And while this is happening, so when Mercury is kind of squaring Pluto and squaring Saturn, Mercury is also in opposition to Mars with Lilith. Remember I told you last week, Mars, Lilith, Aries. It's just kind of like boom, 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 boom. Just constant buzz, 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 sparking the fire. So it's going to be a week as the sun, Equinox. What an equinox this is. Oh my God. It's like the sun moves to Libra, marking the equinox. All right? That's on Wednesday. At the same time, so Mercury will align with Pluto prior to the equinox. then the Sun moves into Libra, then the Mercury aligns with Saturn, and at the same time Juno is in Scorpio, the Moon is coming to the South Node, feeling the past, reflecting about the past, feelings, okay? As the Sun kicks into Libra to mark the journey of like finding the balance, what's going on, what's not going on, and all this is, Mercury is like in opposition to Mars together with Lilith, like discord, the warrior, fire, action that is squaring Saturn, and at the same time Venus is doing a yod. A yod is a letter in Hebrew which is the finger of God, which is highly karmic and serious, okay? So Venus is doing a yod because she is aligning with Jupiter, right? Here is the line, Venus to Jupiter, and from Jupiter to Neptune, okay? So it's like you've got the 1, 2, and this is big. This is like Venus in Leo. She wants the best of the best. She wants to create her own kingdom. You see how many levels there is to the current energy? It's nuts. We're going to talk more about it on the Equinox in the party. But it's like Venus is now kicking into Leo. She's in Leo. She's in the middle of Leo. She wants the best. She wants her royalty. She wants to feel royal. She wants to have the best of the best relationship, the best intimacy, the best money, the best investment, the best kind of way of being royal. And she's aligning with Jupiter, which is now direct in Capricorn, which doesn't give her too much options, narrow options. Are you going to find the courage to take a leap jump, faith, a leap of faith, and go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for your life. Be yourself. Be who you are. Don't stop anymore. Don't disqualify yourself anymore. Don't discount yourself anymore. Don't sacrifice yourself anymore. Don't neglect yourself anymore. Be yourself. Be you. Desire what you desire. Say it. Express it. That's what you want. That's what you need. That's what you want to have. Say it. Express it. Because this is about you using this opportunity, even though there is not much courage, there is not much strength, there is not much oomph, you still use this opportunity, this narrow opportunity, to create your dream, Jupiter, Neptune. You know, this is miracles. Miracles come in moments where you think that it's not possible anymore, that nothing will ever change, there will never be something good happen to you. It's so dark and dark and dark, and suddenly the white dove come and land on your head. You're crying in the park, fully depressed, and suddenly a butterfly decides to sit right on your head. That is the miracles, right? It's kind of like you need to trust who you are. You need to believe in who you are. And it's a very confusing task right now, because then come the elements of Neptune squaring the moon nodes. So here is like more lies, more deception, more illusion from the south node, yeah? The past is delusion in us. The leadership, the government, the banks, the stock market, they fooling us. They kind of telling us all these lies, conspiracy theories, all these false beliefs, all these fears of the past. And, you know, people who follow the prophecies of the Bible keep on waiting to manifest Armageddon just so they could manifest the return of Christ or the Messiah. It's like, you know. And then like Neptune is squaring the future. It's kind of like, what is the dream? What do you really want? Do you believe in magic? Can you allow magic to unfold? Do you invite miracles into your life? But miracles will happen and magic will happen and your dreams will come true only if you take action. And it's hard to take action because it's Mars with Lilith. It's like, but I don't know how to take action. And then you've got like Mercury and Pluto and Saturn, and you can go like... Be careful this week. Be conscious. Be mindful. You're going to be mindful anyway. It's going to be a mindful mental nutcase this week. Okay? Remember, Virgo, presence in the moment. Ground yourself with Mother Earth. Put your bare feet on the earth. Drink a lot of water. Take care of your diet. Detox your system. If you want to manifest your dreams, don't escape reality. Deal with reality, okay? Because with Mercury and Pluto and Venus and Neptune and Jupiter, you know, you might avoid dealing with the reality by escaping through drugs, through alcohol, through reality TV, through whatever, through ongoing TikTok scrolling down. You're not even downloading anything. You're just looking and looking like a robot. This is escapism. Instead of that, why don't you stop and tune in and connect and sit with yourself and reflect and journal and maybe have a healing session or a counseling session or a psychotherapy session or something that can help you talk about it and bring it out of here into the open so you could understand. You see, you can process a trauma for many, many years inside of you, but when sometimes the click happens when you actually express it. There's some magical thing happening there, that as we speak something that was internally processed, as we externalize that internal process, at the same time, a coin drop. There's suddenly something click. And that's why it's important to reach out and to speak to friends, to speak to a family member, but pay attention. It needs to be someone that actually approves of you. It needs to be someone that will not give you more shame and guilt and judgment. It needs to be someone that actually approves of you and can help you see through that thing. And you have to be willing to see through your own bullshit. That's the thing, okay? It's like, no more BS is not just from other people. Don't give yourself any more BS. It's time to be honest. Juno is now in Scorpio. It's time to look deep within. It's time to really do a psychic surgery and understand what is all these things. Okay? Why do you still resist Bitcoin? Why are you so afraid of Bitcoin? Why are you so doubtful of Bitcoin? Did you even bother looking into it? Did you bother reading about it? Because if you're afraid of Bitcoin and you doubt Bitcoin, it's because you're in the South Node, you are listening to what old financial advisors are telling you, and they know shit. Okay? They don't know anything right about this time. What they know is what the system is programming them to know. Okay? But if as soon as you get into crypto, you understand that everyone who is in crypto has no doubt, has no question, nothing but excitement. Okay? So it's kind of like, for example, I'm using the crypto, yeah? It's like, instead of questioning and doubting, why don't you buy yourself $50 worth of Bitcoin? Dip your feet in the pond. And then let that kind of begin your journey of learning and growth. And this is a great tip, and I believe we will see these movies in a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, and I'll probably bring it into my future show, and I will show you, because by 2026, 2027, Bitcoin is going to be in the $1 million. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's touching $11,000 right now, US dollars, okay? 2026, 2027, estimated to be around $1 million. Leave alone that by then the dollar is no longer a dollar, right? It's kind of like there is a big process here. So if that kind of shocked you suddenly, this fact, if this kind of like goes like, wait a second, what did you say? $1 million? It's like, oh, I got your attention. Good. Don't go and jump and buy without learning. No. Learn. Educate yourself. That's what it's about. Saturn in Capricorn. Ami is responsible for himself. Ami has done 3 years of research. Ami has learned a lot. Ami is still learning every day. Ami still feels like clueless, even though he learned so much. But Ami is responsible enough to do it in the right way because he learned in the right way, so he can teach and educate others to do it in the right way so that others can be safe and do things responsibly as well. Okay? So Saturn is like your decision, your responsibility, your action, your karma. You are writing your own future karma right now. You are creating your own future destiny right now. And this is a massive destiny process. And your entire 30 years, 37 years cycle ahead of you will be defined by 2020. You are now putting the foundations of the architecture of your house for the next 37 years. This is very, very crucial. So don't lose yourself in the day by day of 2020. Remember to look at the big picture of 2020 and realize that this is the year when we're going to look back and we will know this is where everything went down. Because after that, something new will come up. But first, everything needs to go down. Don't be afraid of things going down. Everything goes up and down in waves. Nothing stays the same, okay? Just kind of like realize you are a wave that is riding a wave. Don't try to be a wave that resists the wave because you're just going to get crushed. Just go with the wave. Navigate your way. Like, there is a collective destiny, But within that, there is your personal destiny. You choose if to go right or to go left, to go up or to go down, to go sideways, to go spiraling, to go circles. You decide your path. And your choices will define your journey. And this is a very crucial, powerful time that will shape your life for many years ahead. So, don't be afraid to do a massive detox in your life, to take action, to believe in yourself, to have the courage to look deep within yourself, to purge the darkness, to purge all the creepy crawlers. And I will see you again on the Spring Equinox 222 members party on, when is it exactly? On Tuesday, but I want to see exactly. When is the Equinox exactly? Equinox is happening exactly on, let's see. There we go. Equinox, Sun into Libra on Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. Okay? So 2 days from today. 2 days from now. One last thing about the equinox. It is the moment of the year where the equal day and equal night. Equality. Balance. So we have come up from winter solstice, the heart of the darkness, which was 3 months ago in June, when we went into the second wave lockdown. Okay? That was the heart of the darkness. And ever since then we are rising into the light. Now we're in the equal. We've come like from there. Now we're in the equal. And from here we're rising into summer solstice. In December 21st, with the eclipse, with Jupiter, Saturn, nuts of a solstice is coming our way. And the cycle from now into the solstice is God help us all. Hold on to your center and let go. Just surrender. You know, there's the Native American prophecy that is talk about the fact that we're in this massive river. And we can't stop the river. We can't control the river. Okay? But, you know, it's about lift your head above the water. Keep your head above the water. Look who's around you. Just stay together. We're going to get through this. But don't resist the flow. Don't resist the current. It's bigger than you. It's stronger than you. Now, we can hear the waterfall. We can hear the gush of the water. And we can see that the river is taking us into this waterfall. And you can freak out. And you're like, oh my God, the water! And you're going to start swimming. But it's not going to help you. The river is big, it's wide, it's flowing very strongly. And if you're going to panic and start swimming in different directions, you're going to get tired, exhausted, and you're going to die and drown. Surrender. Stay centered. Great Spirit, please help me, guide me, keep me safe and protected as I fall down the waterfall. Okay? And we're going to get through it. We have to trust the waterfall. But yeah, I'll come back. We have a party on Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. This will be only for our Patreon members. So if you want to have a party with us on Tuesday night, Spring Equinox, please join our Patreon community. It will be great to have your support. Love and gratitude to each one of our Patreon members. It is thanks to you that I can keep on doing this work and provide the entire community with these services, because you help me sustain my life and my family. And thanks to you, I can keep on improving our system and our services. And so thank you so much for every day you are supporting me. I'm really, truly grateful. It's been 2 hours. It is 5:55 at the moment, which is a good sign from the universe. So family, I love you very much. And you know, I wish you a very good week. Happy spring. It's springtime, baby. Flowers blossoming, right? So, yeah. I think we said it all. If you need to hear it again, go through it. It's a big process. Relationships, self-perception, a big mental week, okay? This is Ami, singing in the background. The Shamanic Journey. I'm going to release it to YouTube soon. I need to work on it. When I want to hear you listening, I want to let you listen to this line, yeah? Listen. This is the message that came through the new moon. Time to look within, deep within. As I said, into the darkness that is deep within. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Deacon. Time to purge the fear. Time to purge the fear. Time to purge the fear. The fear that lays deep within us. Time to purge the fear. In the time of darkness, be the light. Time to clear all the toxins of the mind, of the soul. That is my truth for you today, people. Time to get rid of any corruption that disturbs the temple of love. Hey, awa, hey, awa, hey, awa, hey. Hey, awa, hey, awa, hey, awa, hey. I love you so much, family. Alexandria, Rolkin, and Simone, and thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for being here with me today. I love you truly. Remember, it's going to be a mental week. Meditate when you need it, journal when you need it, reach out and speak and communicate and talk when you need it. Have a healing session if you need it. Don't be there by yourself, okay? We're gonna get trust the inner light, family. I love you all. Shana Tova to all the Israeli family and friends, to all the Hebrew men around the world. I love you all. Peace. The pure seed of your soul is untouched. Beyond time and space, courageous warrior, travel through time and space to here and now, to go through this great transformation, evolution of the collective divine soul. Trust the inner journey.